I was like, look at this boy. You won't do school again. I alone do. I just drove off. And I didn't tell my mother didn't see me for months. She was angry. My mother was really angry. And that's how my life started.
What class were you at this time?
From 4. And I left. I was in Baptist Academy. And my father took me out in protest of other students, because Obasanjo put soldiers in schools to discipline students. And he was forcing us all to farm. And my father was against that. Even if you want to implement these laws, is it soldiers you should put in schools to flog civilian students? So, my father withdrew me from school in protest for other students. Now, luckily, I think the principal of Igbobi College refused for the soldiers to be in the school. So, I had my cousin, Dr. Femi Kuti, who was in Igbobi. So, he quickly told me, and I had a friend, my best friend at one time, Dele Shosimi. He was staying by my area. I said, there are no soldiers in my school. Look, you can come to my school. So I went to investigate, really. So I convinced my father, look, there are no soldiers there. So he says, I think my father was very happy that he managed to take me out of this education. Then I'm now telling you, I want to go back there. So I said, there are soldiers. How can there be no soldiers there? He said, there are no soldiers. So he sent somebody to check. There were no soldiers. I said, okay, go if you like. So because I didn't start off, my report card wasn't that good. But it was better than some of my friends that were promoted to Form 5. And I was angry that, maths more pass now. I did better than you in these subjects. So I climbed into the staff room, stole the report cards, 5 report cards, took it to my father that, they have cheated me now. I did better than all of them. And they promoted all of them. My father said, So he checked, he said, it's true. Let's go and see the principal. This is injustice. So we got to the principal. I think his name was, I can't remember his name, Mr. Ojo or something. And now I said, no, we decided to detain him because, you see, these other students have followed us. So we know that they might do well during the school start. But we have no history of Femi. So we just thought it would be best for his own knowledge to repeat the class and do well for school start. Not that said no, he wants to be promoted. Okay, if you insist, but please, we will advise you as his father, make sure he gets extra lessons, or else he will fail his school start and not get into university. So he said, okay, so he came out. Say, they have promoted you. If you want to go, you can go. And you must do extra lesson, blah, blah, blah. I just said it very angrily but I advise you, if you want to play music, you better get in the car with me. I said, I want to play music. So that's how my education stopped. Yes.
In terms of music, what plans do you have for your children?
To
keep the legacy going?
Yes, I believe all of them might play music. I have 6 kids. The eldest, Made, he is studying classical music right now in England. He's doing very well. Apparently, he's 17. He's top of his class right now. But he has one of the best pianists in classical music teaching him. So, and the teacher told somebody that this is one of the best students and he's obviously very talented. Made doesn't know this, but he told somebody to tell his parent that he's very impressed. And his teacher is so enthusiastic. If you are teaching somebody that is not gifted, it's kind of boring. But when you have somebody that is talented, it encourages the teacher to want to give more. So Made is that kind of student, I think, in England. Now, Made was playing the trumpet at 5. We were in England, and he just picked up one of the trumpets of my friends, and he just did pan. And my sister says, this boy is talented, we'll get him a teacher. So he was 3. And he played at the opening of Shrine. Those that were witnessed him played the trumpet. At 9, I taught him the sax in 1 month. I mean, he could play all the keys, and he was playing. From 9, 10, 11, till he was 12, he toured the world with me, playing as a horn player in my band. And then at 12, I thought, look, okay, enough is enough. I think you have had enough experience. Face your education, or else I don't want you to end up with no education like your daddy. This time we are going, you might not be able to get away with that kind of format of life. So I convinced him to go to school. So he went to Kelly College, he did well, and now he's in England.
How many kids do you have?
6. Of my own, 4 not my own. four that I kind of adopted and I take care of because their parents could not afford the kind of education, and they were Made's very close friends. And they were like, I don't like using words like I will use right now, street kids. But their mothers were selling like sweets, they didn't have money. Amadi was going to a good school, they were going to one of the government schools, and sometimes teacher will come, sometimes teacher won't come. And I could see that they were very envious of Madi because Madi would travel, come back, and Madi was developing so fast, but he loved them. And I didn't want them to have this jealousy amongst them. So I told him to take 5 or 4 of his best friends and I would put them in the same school with him. So he chose the 4 of his best friends. They were about 8. I couldn't afford for 8. So I took those 4 of his very close friends, put them in Beehive, and I've taken care of them to university level right now.
Let's talk marriage.
Yes.
When did you get married?
When? Yes. I got married in 95.
That's a long time.
May, yes. I think May 27th. I still remember my wedding.
All right, so what's it like being a married man?
I'm not married anymore now, so how can you ask me that question?
Well, we're getting there. Why are you not married anymore?
No, it was good. So your question is what?
Why are you not married anymore?
Well, first, I never believed in marriage.
Why did you get married in the first
because I loved my wife and she was pregnant. I knew it was a boy. Now, I got married I have British citizenship. I knew, and it was getting complicated to travel to Europe. So I wanted to make it easy for my son. If you are not married to your wife, you could not transfer your citizenship, British citizenship, to your children. That was the law at that time. I don't know if it's changed. So I just thought, I love this girl so much. I know this is a boy. Everybody said, how do you know it's a boy? I said, look, this is a boy. This is the inheritor of my life. These pompous, I don't know why Africans, I'm not like that now, but then I was. I wanted a boy so badly, and it was an African thing that a male child was so important. And so I said, okay, let's get married. And our parents, our mother especially, her father didn't mind, and her mother side was very adamant, you must not marry Fela's son. So she ran away from home. So I thought I owed it to her that, look, since they have been lambasting us, let's kuku get married. You are kuku pregnant. You have suffered with me all this time. Let's get married. So we got married in Ogbomosho. Our father arranged the wedding and all that. So it was a very quiet wedding. So it was good while it lasted. Now you'll ask, why did the marriage break up? Now the marriage broke up because she did not listen to what I told her from the day one. I will not change. I love women. I love women around me. And I cannot be faithful. You see, no matter how I try, I know I cannot be faithful. So I don't deceive myself. Now, it is wrong for me to deceive my partner that, if I see another woman and a gorgeous girl comes into this room now, we do, hey, oh God, hey, I will have to really stiff myself and say, and those that know me will say, they will abuse me, God, especially like my elder sister. Say, see, you are a big fool. Everybody saw that you was just saying that. See the fact. So everybody knows that I find it difficult with women. And being in the limelight, I was getting very popular at this time. I had Wonder Wonder, a major hit in Nigeria. I had so many female fans, and I knew I could not control. So she already knew this. Now, the more popular I got, I think she was finding it very difficult to acclimatize to the fact that journalists were, especially when we leave Nigeria, most of the journalists were female. Now, when they want to make up female people, so I think she could not, it was now getting too much for her. And maybe subconsciously, I was rubbing it in her face without knowing it, because don't forget, we were kind of still young, blah, blah, blah. And like I told somebody the other day, we change. When I travel for so long, I come back. It took me time to understand that even my friends had changed towards me. I was getting big. Everybody was writing about Femi Kuti, blah, 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 blah. And everybody was saying, is this not the same person we knew? And I did not notice till it was too late that, everywhere is changing. Even if I'm not changing, people are changing towards me. And by the time I could understand this change, it was too late. My marriage had gone. Most of my friends had left. My band broke up. And I said, so this is stardom. So I learned a new lesson from stardom, which made me reverse a lot of my thoughts and even forgive a lot of people. I was very bitter. I couldn't understand. But I didn't change. Why would you believe I'm changing because I'm popular? What? It's still the same Femi. I didn't go to school. I'm just the same person, blah, blah, blah. I'm still the same guy.